Hi, welcome to Vicky Makes and Builds, and I'm excited about this one today because this video is all about Ravensburger UK specifically. Now, I teased in it was my last video, the video I did about changes coming to my channel and doing the channel on a more full-time basis. I teased that I had heard from Ravensburger UK and that it involved them sending me puzzles. But I didn't go into much more detail than that. So this is the video about that. And I have quite a lot of puzzles to show you. So it's sort of like a puzzle haul, really, but there's kind of a specific story behind this puzzle haul, and it's all Ravensburger puzzles. And also I'll do a couple of puzzle builds as well. So what happened was I got an email one day from a lady called Charlotte who does the PR for Ravensburger UK. And she introduced herself to me and said, I have heard about you from people that I met at a small speed puzzling competition that I attended in England. I think it was the one in Walsall. It was a charity competition. And she was there and she met some people that I knew, you know, people I'd met at other competitions, and I think a couple of my members were there as well. And they were talking about how much they enjoyed my channel. And so she got in touch with me and she said that, and then she said, I wondered if I could feature you in our online magazine, which comes out, I think it's quarterly. So this one's like autumn, winter. And she said you'd go in a little section called Bits and Pieces, I think it is. Be like a want to watch kind of section. And she'd do a little write-up on me and put up a picture. So I was like, oh yay, that's so cool. Like, I would love to be in your online magazine. It's called Positively Puzzling, and it is actually out now online. I'm going to put the link in the description for you so you can have a look and see. I also put a wee screenshot up so you can kind of see it in the video and you'll know where to find it. It's quite near the beginning on the left-hand page, and I'm sort of in the top right corner, and there's a picture of me alongside a familiar face. Yeah, so I'm in the Positively Puzzling magazine, Ravensburger UK, so I'm very, very happy about that. Please do check that out in the description and have a wee look at it. Anyway, what Charlotte also asked me was if she could send me some puzzles from the new autumn winter catalogue that are just kind of hot off the press, just coming in to stock right at this point. I mean, this was about, I don't know, maybe 4 weeks ago, something like that, perhaps a little longer. Time is flying by and I don't really know where it's going. But anyway, it's a few weeks ago. And she said they're hot off the press and I would love to send you some puzzles. Would you accept some puzzle gifts? And I said, let me think. Yes. So she did. She sent me some puzzles. Now, I'm going to show you the puzzles just now, but these are sort of categorised because not all of these ones you see in front of you are actually from the new season's catalogue. Some of them are just puzzle gifts that she asked me if I was interested in just having a go at any others, and I did mention a few. So I'll also show you those, but I want to focus first on the new catalogue stuff, which are these two here and these ones over here. She also sent me another thing, which I'll explain at the end. Not a puzzle, but related to puzzles. So I'll show you that as well. She's been extremely generous and I really was really overwhelmed by it, but I can't wait to show you. There's some gorgeous, gorgeous puzzles here. So what I'm going to do is most of them are 1,000 pieces, but there is a 500 piece. I'm going to start with that one. That's this one at the front here. So she sent this one. This is a Melza Horton puzzle, and it's a 500 piece, and it's called Rabbit Recital. And I'm really glad she sent this because I have a speed puzzling competition, an online one with the UKJPA tomorrow on my birthday, and she sent this and I haven't practiced this one. This is actually the first 500 piece puzzle, or any of the Ravensburger puzzles, I think. These are the first ones I've had in the new smaller boxes, and I know that the UKJPA puzzle is in a smaller box as well, so I just think it would be hilarious if it turned out to be this puzzle. But I'm going to practice this. This is one of the ones I'm going to build in the video. I'm going to speed run it, see how long it takes me. I hear tell that it's quite difficult, but I'm looking forward to doing it. It's a beautiful puzzle. I'll show you a picture. I do like the Melza Horton artwork. and I've not actually done one of her puzzles yet, which is kind of funny, but I do have this one now. There's another Melza Horton in here, and I have the 2K on the shelf, so I can't wait to do more of her stuff. But this one I think is going to be lovely to do. Yeah, I'm really glad that that's in the UK catalogue. So that is Rabbit Recital. Then we've got, we'll move over, I'll show you the other Melza Horton since we're on the subject of her. I also got this one. This one is 1,000 pieces, and this one is so cute and really bright and colourful. Now, I kind of thought at first that this had a Christmas vibe to it. I don't know why. But the more I look at it, the more I think maybe not. But this one is called, now then, what's it called? Snow White and the Seven Gnomes. And if I show you a picture, we've got, it's kind of 2 layers. It's like a stage play. You've got the stage, you've got the curtains, you've got Snow White being kind of played out on the stage. You've got the gnomes. I think it's the gnomes that made it feel Christmassy for me, because they look like little elves. They look like little elves. And then underneath you've got a band which is being led by a swan, like an orchestra. In fact, wait a minute, it's not being led by a swan. Who's it being led by? A raccoon? I think it's a raccoon conducting it. And they're all playing instruments, and there's a fox at the piano and a rabbit sitting on the piano, which is the same as on Rabbit Recital. Do you know, I literally just noticed that whilst talking to you right there. There's like a link between these 2 puzzles. The same artist, so it kind of makes sense, but yeah, there's a rabbit sitting on a bluish-green piano in both puzzles. Well, there we go. Anyway, so I might save this till December. I don't know. I'm looking forward to doing it, but it just had, for some reason, had a Christmas vibe to me. Also, there's a reindeer here, which, I don't know, maybe kind of gave me that feeling as well. But yeah, what I really like about this image is the colours. I think the colours are gorgeous. I think this is going to be a fun build. And yeah, 2 rabbits on piano. So they're the Melza Hortons. We also have now there is an Amy Stewart puzzle. Oh, it's not on here. Do you know why? Do you know why it's not on here? Because I've actually completed that puzzle and I forgot about it, and the box is underneath the table. So bear with me and I'll grab the box. It's this one. This one was also sent to me. This is an Amy Stewart, and it is called Merry Mushroom Village. And again, so bright, lovely bright colours. That's one thing I love about Amy Stewart, the bright colours. And as soon as I saw this puzzle, I wanted to have a go at it. So I actually did complete this. I sort of did this on my own time, so to speak. I didn't record myself doing this. It's still complete. I've taken lots of nice pictures and some footage of it, which I will show you just now. One thing that kind of threw me about this puzzle was just how busy it is. I think I sort of focused on the big mushrooms and the toadstool houses and the sky and things like that. And I sort of overlooked all the fairies. There are so many fairies in this image. And it kind of threw me, because every other piece I was picking up, after I'd done the mushrooms, every other piece I was picking up was like, had a fairy on it. And I was like, where's this one? There were so many, I need to count them. And I'll probably miscount, but I think the busyness of her images can make them quite tricky to do, but it was such a joy to do. It really was. Like, I loved it. It was a nice, relaxing puzzle to do, lovely and bright. It was just lovely. And I do like an Amy Stewart. So that is hers, Merry Mushroom Village. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the pictures of that completed. It really was a nice puzzle. Now, speaking of Stewart's, I'm going to move over to this one here. This one is called, now then, what's this one called? The All Seasons Flower Shop. Now, the reason I said speaking of Stewart's is that the artist on this one is a guy called Lars Stewart. And Stewart is spelt the same way as Amy Stewart, Stewart. And I wondered if maybe there was some relation between them. And actually somebody, I think it was one of my members that said to me that they believe Lars Stewart is Amy Stewart's husband. This one's a lovely image. It's a flower shop, obviously. It's kind of quite country looking, quite sort of vintage looking. You've got wood paneling on the ceiling. You've got lovely kind of dim lighting, all these lovely wooden cabinets and flowers everywhere, lots of colours. quite busy again. There's a cat at the front, which is always good. And yeah, so that is another nice one that's going to be fun to build. I'm looking forward to that as well. So that was that one. The next 1,000 piece puzzle is this one here. Now, this is by an artist that is also familiar to me because I have another puzzle by this artist, but haven't done it yet. This one is a Ciro Marchetti puzzle, and it's called Jungle Tiger. This was actually the first one of these season's puzzles that Ravensburger sent to me, and as soon as I saw it, I went, oh, that is gorgeous. I love tigers, but again, so colourful. There's a real focus on busy, colourful images here. But actually, I was happy to see it was a Ciro Marchetti because I have a puzzle by him that is called Downtown. It's 6,000 pieces. Clementoni makes that one, but I love that image as well. I just love, I mean, I keep repeating it, but the really lovely stark colours on it, I love that on a puzzle, and I think this one's going to be so fun to do. Again, very busy and lots of kind of green jungle, and I've been doing a lot of green jungle puzzling just recently. As you can tell, you can just about see my wildlife puzzle under all of this. But I think this is going to be great, and according to Charlotte as well, Ciro Marchetti is a new artist for them on their puzzles, so I think that's going to be popular. I think that these are going to sell really well, and I hope to see more Ciro Marchettis on Ravensburger puzzles, and I can't wait to do Downtown as well, but this one looks brilliant. So I'm going to put that one down, sort of laying flat all the ones I've shown you so I know where I am. Now I'm going to reach over for this one, which is sort of partially off the screen, but you've probably spotted what it is by now anyway. This made me laugh when I pulled this out of the box because, oddly enough, I think the week before I received this puzzle, I had done a live stream and we were talking about Ravensburger Challenge puzzles, and again, I think it was one of my members that said, I think there's the Stitch one as well. Have you seen the new Stitch one? And I said, yeah, I have seen that, but I don't think I'll do that one because it looks really, really hard. I mean, I don't shy away from a hard puzzle. Don't get me wrong. You know me, I will have a go at a hard puzzle, but the challenge puzzles that I have had so far have, for me, been doable. This one just looks tough. And I was like, yes, I don't think I'll get that. And then it got sent to me anyway. So that's me. I'm all in now. So it's the Stitch challenge puzzle. That Stitch is the character from Lilo and Stitch, the Disney cartoon. And there's a quite a high focus on Stitch on puzzles at the moment. I mean, not just Ravensburger, other puzzle companies as well. You may have maybe spotted there's a Stitch puzzle here. I'll come to these puzzles shortly. But this is one of the ones from the new catalogue, and it's one of their challenge puzzles. So I will get around to this eventually. This will probably get its own video, but it's not what I'm going to do quite yet. But it is very cool looking. I think it's going to be cool when it's finished. It's going to be a nice one to add to my challenge collection. So yeah, they are very, very cool, but it just made me laugh. I was like, oh no, I ended up with it after all. So that is the Stitch puzzle. And the next puzzle I'm going to show you, I'll put that over there, is this one here. This is a biggie. And actually, it wasn't one that Charlotte sent me with all the rest of the puzzles. She asked me she said, you know, that would be it for now, but she asked me if there were any I particularly wanted to try. I had seen some of what, you know, new puzzles were coming, and I had seen that there were a couple of big ones, and this one was one of them, a 4,000 piece. Now, Ravensburger have only just started doing 4,000 piece puzzles. I was really intrigued by that. Before, it was 5,000, and then they don't do 6,000. You really kind of jump up to 9,000 at that point. So, you know, when 4,000 piece puzzles started coming out, I was like, oh, that'd be great. It'd be great to try one of those. And again, Amy Stewart. So I thought, right, I'll ask for that. I'll chance my arm and ask Charlotte if she'll send me a big puzzle. And I was perfectly prepared for her to say, you know, that's too big and stuff like that, but that was not the case. She just said, yep, fine, we've got one in the factory, we'll have it sent to you. And it came, and I'm so happy with it. But again, I'm quite daunted by the busyness of this image. Now, there are similarities to Merry Mushroom Village here. Not because of the mushrooms, really. There is a toadstool down here and there. So yeah, there are some similarities in that sense, but it's all the fairies really that make it look like kind of like a larger version of that puzzle. It's called The Hidden World of Fairies. So the focus is on fairies, and having found that tricky in the other puzzle, I think on 4,000 pieces, all these fairies are going to be tough to put together. But I just, again, the colours. Look at the colours in this. There is almost a gradient to these puzzles, but you know, it's just bright, vivid, lots of different colours, you know, not just kind of focused on one colour, not just blues and greens, there's purples in there and pinks, and I just thought it was a lovely image. And so, yes, I have a 4,000 piece puzzle from them as well. Also from the new catalogue, Amy Stewart. It doesn't actually say Amy Stewart's name on the box on this one. It says MGL licensing, but it is an Amy Stewart image. Usually her name's on the box, and it wasn't on this one. But yeah, 4,000 pieces, The Hidden World of Fairies. I was so happy to get this, and as gifts from Ravensburger, no less. I could not have been more grateful to Charlotte. So Charlotte, if you are watching this, thank you so much for sending me these. I am going to love doing each and every one of them. And as I say, I have done one. I've done Merry Mushroom Village. I'm going to do the Rabbit Recital as well. In this video, I'm going to speed puzzle it. So that'll be my practice for tomorrow. And if it comes out tomorrow, I'm going to laugh so hard. So I'm going to put that back there. And I'm going to show you these. Now, these ones are puzzles that she sent me because I asked to try them. They are all circle puzzles. She said, you know, which ones would you like to have a go at? And I said, to be honest, I'm really loving the circle puzzles at the moment. I love the circle of colours, and you've got a couple that I don't have, so it would be great to try one of them. I mean, I only asked for one, and she sent me 3. But there are also other circle puzzles, more and more of them coming out, that, you know, that aren't circle of colours. And they're like licensed images. So you've got this one, Stitch. So well, I'll start with this one. This one is it's just called Disney Stitch, and it's Stitch and the pink version of Stitch. I actually don't know the name of the pink Stitch. Maybe somebody can let me know that. But they're having a wee cuddle, and there's all hearts behind them, and it's lovely pastel shades. I really like that image, and I thought, oh, I'd like to have a go at the Stitch one. But there's other one, there's a Wednesday one, I think, Wednesday Addams, and there's another new one coming. I think that might be one of the new catalogue ones, Stranger Things. There's a Stranger Things circle puzzle coming as well. I've got another circle puzzle that I actually bought myself by them. That's a Pokemon one. I really do like those puzzles. I think that they are so fun, and I can't wait to do this. So she sent me this one, and she sent me 2 circle of colours, which I don't have, one of which I built. I'll show you a little bit of, I'll show you the picture of it built and a little bit of me building it. It's called Tropical. And it's the same theme as all the other circle of colours. You've got a gradient going on, but there's a different subject matter on each one. So this one has tropical plants and fruits on it. And I actually found this one of the more doable ones because I felt like the colours were more equally spread out on it. And I really, really enjoyed this. It was a great puzzle to do. So that is Tropical. And this one I haven't opened yet, still got the shrink wrap on. This one is called Flowers. And again, I think I'm going to find this one not as bad. There isn't as much background on both of these puzzles. There is a background, but the elements of the puzzle are much more densely packed. So unlike something like Dreams, where there's a lot of kind of hazy background, kind of space stuff, these ones are, you know, it's packed in flowers, and that one's packed in tropical things. So I think that's going to help, but also it's a very equal distribution of the different colours. It almost looks like wedges on a Trivial Pursuit board. If you know what I'm talking about, with the different coloured cheese wedges. So you've got purple, you've got blue, there's kind of a turquoise and green and yellow, orange and pink. So I'm looking forward to doing that one as well. Circle of Colours Flowers puzzle. So that is all the puzzle gifts from Ravensburger that they sent me. Again, thank you so much for all of your generosity. I could not be happier to have all of these puzzles. I think they're going to look amazing on the shelf. I've got a new shelf, by the way. I have got one. It's in the boxes though. I can't build it until I've finished Wildlife, which is so close to being done. So close. But I'm really looking forward to just organising all my Ravensburger puzzles, because I've kind of had an influx of them, and I think they're just going to look so great when I'm stacking them all on the shelves. I can't wait to build it and organise all of my puzzles. Anyway, that's an aside. The other thing that she sent me was we got to talking about gluing puzzles. Because I'd asked for, Circle of Colours puzzles, and I was saying how much I loved them, she said, well, I actually also love the circle puzzles, and I have them as like tabletop decorations and things. I glue them and I have them as tabletop decorations. And I was like, that's such a great idea. And I was like, what glue do you use? Do you use, the Ravensburger puzzle glue? And she said, I'll send you some glue. Because I'd said, it'd be great to do a video on gluing a puzzle, because I've never actually glued a puzzle. I've not done a video on it. And I do have puzzles that I would glue, smaller ones. I'd like to glue my challenge puzzles, for example. So she said, I'll send you some. So when I got the bulk of these puzzles, she sent the glue in the box, and I actually thought she was just going to send one bottle. Well, she sent this. I laughed so hard. Look how many bottles of glue are in here. There are 12 bottles. She sent me a whole box of them. So I was like staggered. I was like, well, that'll come in handy. I have got some large piece count puzzles in the cupboard that I could use this on. I was so chuffed to get this many bottles. So yeah, I got 12 bottles of the Ravensburger puzzle conserver, and these actually look quite user-friendly. They've got like they look like aerosol cans, but when you take the lid off, there's like a sponge top, and I guess you press down and the glue comes out, and you can kind of sponge it on, which I don't know, I would think would be less of a faff than trying to use a spatula or something to spread it out. So yeah, I think for a smaller puzzle like a circle or like one of my challenge puzzles, I think this is going to be great to use. So thank you again, Charlotte, for sending me so many. I was quite surprised. No wonder the box was so heavy, because I lifted the box and I was like, well, I know a lot of puzzles can be heavy, but then the main reason why it was so heavy was all these bottles of glue. So yeah, so I just so much generosity from Ravensburger, and I was so I mean, as a puzzler with a YouTube channel, it's like, it's the company you want to hear from, isn't it? When Ravensburger pops up in your email, it's like, oh my Lord. So I was so happy. So yeah, lots more puzzles in my to-do now, and another big one. And some glue, so I can glue one. So look out for that. I don't know when I'll do it yet, but I would like to go through a general organisation of my puzzles. So gluing some of them and maybe putting them in frames might actually be part of that. So that, a puzzle about gluing a video about gluing puzzles might actually be coming very soon. And in fact, the next couple of videos are going to be quite Ravensburger focused, and that's mainly because, well, first of all, they sent me all these, but also next week, is it next week or the week after? Week after next is Worlds, of course, and so I have a video planned for Worlds. I'm not going, obviously, but I'm still going to get heavily involved. I'm still going to be watching it and, finding out what's happening and cheering on Donna Louise and Jeanette. But one of the videos I would like to do before the World starts is a prediction video of some of the puzzles that I think might come out. So I think that's going to be really fun, but obviously that's going to be quite Ravensburger focused as well. So I hope you'll forgive me if there is a lot of Ravensburger content in the next sort of 2 or 3 weeks. I'm also doing a Ravensburger on my live streams, which is brilliant, by the way. I am loving that puzzle. It's an abandoned puzzle. I have got Wildlife coming up very, very soon. Now, I had hoped to get Wildlife out the second half of the 2 panels that I'm doing. I'd hoped to get it out this week, but unfortunately, I have not been able to finish it. This has been quite a tough quite a tough section. I mean, it's a double section, so I think, you know, that's really the main reason why. But yeah, those elephants and the rhinos and things, they really kicked my butt. And I've got a section here kind of halfway down that is really just green. So there aren't many pieces left, but it's all really variations on the same colour. So I'm under no illusions it's still going to take me a little while. So unfortunately I've not been able to bring out a large piece count video this week, but I am working on it, and I will get this out as well, hopefully next weekend if I can manage it. But yeah, so much more coming, so many exciting things coming. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy to get them all. All right, okay, so I hope you enjoyed hearing all that. I'm going to do my 500 piece puzzle now. I think I will do a little bit of commentary over this because it's a speed puzzle. It's a speed run. I will do a bit of commentary as to how I go about building it, and then I'll come back to you after and do a little bit of an outro on this video. But yeah, I hope you enjoy Rabbit Recital coming together. I'll see you after. Alright, I did a full flip on this puzzle. I am really quite getting to like that method for speed puzzling. I focused on trying to flip the pieces as much as possible, and I always separate the edges too. That's so that I have something to fall back on if I start to get stuck. Now, I started off with all the obvious bits, all the really obvious big sections, the piano, the girl with the red hair, the rug underneath, the big flowers at the bottom. And I was actually going well with that until I hit the busy flowers around the edge. I find it tough to speed puzzle busy parts of a puzzle. I get overwhelmed with just all the information on the pieces and I can't focus on ones to pull out. So my concentration really has to kind of kick in at that point so that I can be more observant. And I think that's ultimately what slowed me down. So there we have it. I speed ran it, and it was not a world's beating time at 1 hour and 30 minutes and 58 seconds. It was close to qualifying time, but I found the puzzle tricky when I reached all the busy sections, and I kind of knew I would. I think I just get overwhelmed at that point, but I didn't get stressed because I loved the puzzle. I was really, really enjoying the puzzle the whole way through, even speed puzzling it, you know, where your focus is on speed and stuff. I kind of didn't allow that to get in the way to a certain extent because I was just enjoying it so much. I thought the artwork was lovely and the puzzle is really, really pretty. So I'm really looking forward to the other Melza Horton that I have. And yeah, that's it really. I've shown you all the puzzles I got from Ravensburger UK. Thank you so much again, Ravensburger and Charlotte, for sending me all those puzzles and all that glue. I'm looking forward to trying that out and gluing a puzzle, so look out for that video. Look out for my video on my world's puzzle predictions. I have a few, but honestly in the past when I've been correct about what's come out, it's been complete fluke. And so I don't know, I kind of feel like if I analyse it, it'll probably end up being totally wrong, but you know, it's just it's just the way life is, I suppose. But maybe I'll be right, who knows. Either way, it will be fun to do whether I'm wrong or right, so look out for that. That should be next week because obviously we have Worlds coming up thick and fast. It's very, very close now. It's very exciting. So lots of Ravensburger content going on, but look out for that. Look out for the gluing video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing all the puzzles from the new autumn winter range in the Ravensburger UK. This puzzle, Merry Mushroom Village in front of me, was gorgeous. I really, really, really enjoyed it. Stay tuned for a little blooper after this actually. I'll do a puzzle pickup. I might as well since it's in front of me. But I've no doubt that it'll stand the test. Ravensburger are usually pretty good. There we go. Ta-da! Beautiful puzzle by Amy Stewart. Right, I don't think I have anything else to say, except don't forget to check out the link in my description for the Positively Puzzling magazine. It's the Ravensburger UK online magazine, which I am featured in. I'm very excited about that, so give that a wee click. It's just a small article. And there's a wee picture of me and Grace. Oh, we look at that and share it around. And yeah, it's been brilliant. It's been brilliant. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. You can become a member of Vicky Makes and Builds for extra content if you wish. There is a link in the description for that too. But for now, I will say goodbye and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Well, this is useful, Grace. Yeah. I can definitely puzzle like this. You're lying on my mushrooms. You listening? Do you care? I guess not. Now the question is, how do I get you off without you kicking pieces everywhere?